Good evening and welcome to the Norfolk Select Board meeting on October 6, 2025. I'm joined with my colleagues Kevin Roach and Thais Hickman on this glorious evening. We should be meeting outside. We're going to start this evening by going into executive session, and we will return to regular session at the conclusion of executive session. And I will...
Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, the Pledge of Allegiance. I apologize. Should we wait and do that at regular session? Should we do it now?
Matters not.
It matters not. All right, let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So I'm asking for a motion that the board vote to enter into executive session under Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 30A, subsection 20A3, to discuss strategy with regard to potential litigation insofar as an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the litigation position of the public body, 115 Park Street.
So moved.
Second.
We have to do a roll call vote. Anita Mecklenburg, aye.
Kevin Roach, aye.
Thais Hickman, aye.
Thank you. We're in executive session. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome back. We had just left executive session and we're beginning our regular meeting. We have already done the Pledge of Allegiance, and the next step at our meeting is public comment. During public comment, citizens are welcome to express their views. During public comment, come up for 3 minutes on any matter that affects the town. The Select Board will not engage in a dialogue or comment on a matter raised during public comment, but we will give any and all marks proper or appropriate consideration. So is there anybody with public comment at this time? Anybody online?
There was somebody out in the hall that was waiting for public comment when I went to the bathroom, because I know, should I try to go out there and get him, or just?
Sure, I don't want to, you can poke your head in the hall, I suppose,
Yeah.
and see.
Yeah, I just.
No.
When I'm coming.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
One.
All right, we're going on to number 2 then. Consider referring street acceptance for MacArthur. Mr. Gallagher.
Madam Chair, what we need to do is refer this item back to the planning board for a public hearing. After the public hearing, then the matter will come back to you for approval and acceptance. And this is an item that's going to be going forward to town meeting on November 12th to accept this street. But at
Excellent.
this point, we just need to refer it back to the planning board.
Awesome. Any questions or comments before we do that? Questions or comments? So I would accept a motion to vote to refer the street acceptance for MacArthur Avenue back to the planning board for a public hearing.
Second.
So moved?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor say aye?
Aye.
Aye. Awesome. Number 3, a date change. Mr. Gallagher.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. There's a date change to 2 items, the next 2 that you're going to be talking about. For the first one is the Lions bench dedication on Town Hill. They're moving that from Saturday, October 11th to Sunday, October 12th of 2025. Apparently, they would prefer that date, so I would recommend it, Madam Chair.
Excellent. And no concerns by public safety or anything
No,
like that?
Madam Chair.
So any questions or comments? No. I would accept a motion to vote to change the date of the approval for the use of Town Hill for a bench dedication in remembrance of Scott Dietrich by the Norfolk Lions from Saturday, October 11th, 2025 to Sunday, October 12th, 2025 from 2 to 3 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Number 4,
Yeah, Madam Chair, similar to item 3, this is a change in a date with the Cactus and Succulent Society's annual festival on Town Hill. They want to move that from September 19th, 2026. They want to move it up a week to September 12th, 2026. And I would recommend that.
excellent, and no public safety concerns?
No, ma'am.
Any questions or concerns, comments? All right, I would accept a motion to approve a date change for the Cactus and Succulent Society's annual festival on Town Hill from September 19th, 2026 to September 12th, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Number 5.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Through you, this is a vote to appoint Police Chief James Barrett as the Record Access Officer for Police and Public Safety Records. We actually have 3 public records access officers. We have Fire Chief, Police Chief, and the town, actually, it's our office, as the records access officers for the town. So I would recommend that you vote Chief Barrett in, since he's just taken over as your police chief.
Excellent. Any questions or discussion? So I would accept a motion to approve the appointment of Police Chief James Barrett as the Records Access Officer for Police Public Safety Records with a term expiration date of June 30, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And then is this the same thing for the fire chief?
Same thing for the fire chief, Madam Chair. We could not find record of the board appointing the fire chief as the record access officer for fire records, fire and paramedic records.
Awesome. So I would accept a motion that the board vote to approve the appointment of the Fire Chief Aaron Kinney as Records Access Officer for the fire paramedic records with a term expiration date of June 30, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Awesome. Water abatement, Mr. Gallagher.
Well, Madam Chair, we received a memorandum from the, from your interim Public Works Director to abate the water charges for a particular address. I guess there were issues when the meter was installed, and we need to abate the amount that was charged to that particular location. So it would be an abatement in the amount of $2,309.82 for 6 Waits Crossing.
Any questions or comments?
I will add, the meter issue has been resolved, and we're now billing appropriately.
Excellent, always a good thing.
Must have been built for a lot of water.
It is a lot of water, but I noted their recommendation, so I'd like to, so I would accept a motion that we vote to approve a water abatement in the amount of $2,309.82 for 6 Waits Crossing.
So moved.
Second.
I should say, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And number 8, Mr. Gallagher.
Madam Chair, you haven't done this in the past, but I also received a memorandum regarding the water and sewer billing commitments for the second quarter for fiscal year 2026, and just be on the safe side until I determine if this really needs to be here or not, what I wanted to do is actually have you approve the commitments for both the water and sewer billing for second quarter of 2026, I'm sorry. The first one is the water billing commitment in the amount of $661,724.84.
And can you explain a little bit more for people watching what you mean by the commitment?
So this is what we would actually send out for billing to all of the people that are connected to the water. So that's the commitment that would be billed out to all of the folks that we've collected the data.
Excellent. Any questions or discussion?
No.
Just, why wasn't it done in the past? You said it hasn't.
I don't even know if it needs to be here, to be quite honest with you, and I just wanted to be on the safe side.
Okay. No further questions.
Awesome. I would accept a motion to vote to approve the water billing commitment for the second quarter fiscal year 2026 in the amount of $661,724.84.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Number 9.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Similar to the water commitment, this is the sewer commitment. This is what we've received for billing for sewer for that same second quarter of fiscal year 26. And that's in
Excellent.
the amount of $39,661.38.
Awesome. Just a question, because I don't believe we've ever done this before. So is this something that has happened in other communities you've been in?
No.
Okay.
But I want to
Cover our bases.
I just want to cover the bases.
Awesome. I'm fine with that. So I would accept a motion to vote to approve the sewer billing commitment for second quarter fiscal year 2026 in the amount of $39,661.38.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Number 10.
So, Madam Chair, we have a number of vehicles that have been sitting at the DPW lot that need to be declared surplus so that we can dispose of them. We can't do anything with them until the board determines that they are surplus. So there is a list here that we've put on the agenda. 2007 Ford Crown Victoria. I can read them all, but I would recommend that the board vote to declare all of those vehicles that are listed on this list as surplus property so that we can either auction them off or...
Some of these are going to be auctioned off, and probably some of
Some of them be auctioned off, some of them could be traded in, some of them could be used for, we could part out, whatever, but we need to declare them as surplus property.
I have a question.
Yep.
Why are they considered surplus? they're not in use, or?
They're not in use. They're either not operable, or the mileage is such that it's not worth keeping the vehicles in service, and
Okay.
we just need to dispose of them. They've just been sitting there for quite some time. I mean, some of these are a 94 Ford F-350 pickup truck. I mean, I don't even know what the mileage is on that, to be honest with you. That's the one thing I didn't have here was...
We should probably do this on a more regular basis when we get new vehicles.
You will.
Right.
It's something that apparently we haven't done in the past, but anything that needs to be sold, auctioned, disposed of under Chapter 30B, Section 15, we need to declare surplus.
Awesome. I'm familiar with that in the schools because we have the same thing. You can't just throw something out or sell something. You need to, the school committee needs to declare it surplus before any action can be taken, unless it's literally so broken that it can't be. So, all right. So should I read all those vehicles just to be safe?
You can
Or can I say as listed in the agenda?
do as listed in the agenda.
All right, so I would accept a motion to declare the items listed in the agenda as surplus property to be disposed of under MGL Chapter 30B, Section 15.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Number 11.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, I've asked Todd Lindmark, your finance director, to be here this evening to do an overview of the first quarter fiscal year 26 financial review. We are at the end of that. The end of September was the end of the first quarter. As you know, our fiscal year runs July 1st to June 30 of the following year, and our fiscal year is associated with the last day of the fiscal year, which would be fiscal year 26. So Todd's here to give you an update on where we are financially for the first quarter. So,
Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you here.
So we've done this in the past, going over the quarterly update. What I'll do is go over the revenues first, as we've done basically since COVID time, is try to see if revenues are coming in as anticipated, based on our budgeting amounts. So for the most part, everything is on pace with what we anticipate on a year-over-year basis. Even comparatively, looking at 24 and 25, we're still on target with most items. There are a couple of highlights I would like to point out. As we know, motor vehicle excise, that doesn't start until February when we actually do the commitment for the motor vehicle excises. So the monies for that will start trickling in on the third quarter update that I'll do. Meals tax, it's a little bit more than last year, which is a good thing. People are going out, spending money locally. The charges for water and sewer are on pace similar to last year. And then transfer station revenues, those are they're a little bit lower than last year's of 88,000 versus 87,000 this year. And we anticipate revenues to be a little bit light on the transfer station because we did stop some local deliveries, but we'll keep our eye on that as well. The license and permits is another notable item. Last year we had $222,000 at this amount. This year we're at $113,000. Obviously, we'll keep our eye on that. We did raise the revenue expectations on that from $535,000 to $600,000. We're not too far off pace, but again, we'll keep an eye on that one. And the other item I wanted to kind of address is the investment income. Last year we were at 136 this time. This year we're at 99,000. Still needs to be spread over accounts at the end of the year, but we're still doing very well because we budgeted 75,000 for the year. We're at 99,000 for investment income.
Quarter. Excellent.
For the first quarter. That's kind of the overall highlights on the revenues and where we are. Are there any questions?
Where is the investment income? What's the source of that?
Interest from banks. Interest amounts are a little bit higher, which is helping. We also had some additional cash that was generating some more investment income for us overall for the general fund.
Okay.
And then, like I said, I have to take some of those monies and then redisperse them amongst like the water fund, wastewater, other funds that they're entitled to the interest.
And then just to go back to license and permits, that's down 48%. Is that just because of the timing of this report?
Nope, it's, so from last year, 24, we had 220,000 in permits. Right now, we have 113,000. So it's down
A lack of new growth?
over year for requests, whether it's, permits for decks, for shed, whatever, new growth, accountability. So again, we're just going to be mindful of that. We did raise it to 600,000 from 535. So, hopefully we'll come in at the 600,000 that we expect. And then come mid-November, early December, I'll probably be back in front of you again. We'll be going over the forecast, and included in that forecast, we'll take the trends over the past 3 to 5 years and put those new numbers in based on current, last year's realized results and things of that sort. We'll get an update then.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Next slide. This next slide is a combination of the revenues and the expenses. The top portion, again, we just kind of went through it in very detail on the previous one with the revenues, but it's broken out category-wise, how we do revenues and so forth. So the revenues, again, are on pace. We got about 26% overall as of 9/30. And then the expenditures. Expenditures are done by function, so within general government, which is pretty much town hall, land use, assessors department, treasurer's department, finance department, select board, town administrator, they're all included in the general government. Public safety is fire, police, dispatch. Education is the schools, both Norfolk local school, as well as all the assessments for the other schools. Then public works, so own separate category. Human services, culture and recreation, which is the library and recreation department, and then benefits and insurance. So we're all on pace for being below 25% as of September 30th. The one outlier, which I comment each time, and we'll probably comment on the next update as well, is the benefits and insurance. We prepay that as of July 1 to take advantage of some discounts. So that's why you're seeing it almost 64% used, but a majority of that all goes to kind of the retirement requirement and benefits that we have to pay. And so for the net result at the bottom, if everything stays current for 9/30, we're showing a positive 258. But again, keep in mind that's using the free cash throughout the entire year in ambulance receipts, which is covering the billing portion for the ambulance. So we're not too far off of pace or expectations of what we anticipated.
Can you remind me what Human Services incorporates in that category?
Council on Aging?
Council on Aging.
Yep.
Does this take into consideration, we have quite a few vacancies in the town hall now, as far as the forecast for the budget? Does it take into consideration any of those vacancies?
So there's no forecasting on this. This is as of results, so as of September 30th. So if a person had left prior to that, their expenses are not there.
Yeah. Do you anticipate that we'll see any savings based on that when you do?
I'd have to run the numbers, and it's a lot of what ifs. It's, if the person comes in, are they coming in at the same rate as the old person that left?
Yep.
And how long was that seat vacant? So I don't have that information until those kind of questions are answered, shall I say.
Okay.
But we'll keep an eye on it, for sure.
Thank you. Any further questions? Nope. Thank you for coming in.
Sure.
We really appreciate
you.
it.
Probably also got an email from DLS indicating our free cash.
Oh, we did get that.
Yep.
So right now, we're at 2.918 was certified. And for the water, we have 3.762 retained earnings. And for the wastewater, it was certified at $58,271. That's all I have for updates.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think the 2.9 is, I remember days when that number was in the ones, right?
Correct,
And
yep.
so it's exciting to me that we have the 2.9 in free cash, and I know that reflects well on our departments, been doing responsible work, and so I'm excited about 2.9.
Yep.
Of course, 5.9 or something would be even better, but 2.9, given our history, is
That's what Mike said.
is a big number. He wanted 5.9?
I think he was going for more than that, but
But it is exciting, so thank
sure.
you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Don.
Awesome, and thanks for being here, Todd. Number 12.
So, Madam Chair, the warrant for the November 12th, 2025 town meeting is in progress. It's been edited at least once. We still haven't finished it. I'm waiting for some language from the planning office regarding the bylaw changes that they're looking to do. I am meeting this week on Wednesday evening with the, I always want to call it the Finance Committee, but the Advisory Committee, to talk about a number of the items that are in here, but I'll give you a kind of an update and a general thumb of what's going on. Article 1 is reports from various departments and committees. I don't have anything for that article at the moment. Article 2 is to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate or transfer from available sources of funds a sum of money for unpaid bills. At this point, we do not have any unpaid bills. Todd and I met this morning, and he assured me that there weren't any, but
Well, that's
it's in
good.
there as a placeholder. Yeah, it's always good to, I hate those when they crop up at you in the middle of the fiscal year. Article 3 is to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate or transfer funds from other sources to move things around. There will be some items there. One of the things that Todd and I discussed today is we have a couple of people who are leaving our employ that we know about. They're going to be retiring, and we have some accrued vacation time that we need to pay out, and so there's going to be some funding for that. We're going to put the money back into the stabilization account that we took to balance the budget. It's about $400 and some odd thousand. And I'm trying to remember what the other item was. I should have printed it out before I got here. But there's a couple of items there that aren't huge amounts of money. Oh, we're going to transfer some money from the ambulance fund to pay for an overage on the ambulance that we just purchased. There was an earmark that we were looking to get that it doesn't look like we're going to get, so we'll be transferring some money in to cover that as well. So those are the three items that were there. That's Article 3. Article 4 is to appropriate or transfer any available funds for capital items. There's going to be a couple of items here that we're going to use free cash to do. The police radio system needs to be replaced. It is a public safety issue at this point, and I worry that the system is failing. So we're going to need new radios and new infrastructure for those radios. It's about $200 and some odd thousand. I can't remember the exact dollar amount, but that's one of the items that we need to take care of through that. Beyond that, there's not much that we're going to, I'm sorry, back to Article 3. The other item was there was some excess funds that we got from the state on the cherry sheet. So there was additional funding for Chapter 70, and then there was some takeaways in other places. It was about $77,000 in additional Chapter 70 monies. I spoke to the superintendent, and we had a conversation about it isn't $77,000. The net on that is 49 and some change. So she went back to her Budget Subcommittee, and they came up with an interesting option there that I would recommend we do, and that's to take that $49,000 and put that into the Special Education Stabilization
Oh,
Account.
that's an excellent
Which I
idea.
think is a wonderful idea. It's a one-time revenue, goes into there for a, kind of a one-time thing. It's not an operational thing where we're hiring
we
somebody
borrowed
to
from
do
that.
it.
Yeah.
Correct. And we took some money out of that to balance this budget. So I thought that was a wonderful option, and I support it wholeheartedly. So we're going to be doing that as well, just to kind of
Excellent.
give you an update on where we are. Next week will be much more detailed because you're going to be actually voting, not next week, but the next meeting, you'll actually be voting the warrant. So you'll have a lot more detail at that particular time. The other articles, Article 5 was changes to the fee schedule for the clerk's office. There's a couple of things that are going and a couple of things that are just being modified in that article. Article 6 is for PEG access. I now have a dollar amount. I actually got a copy of the budget from NCTV today, so I'm thankful that they did that, and I appreciate them doing that. So we can put a number in here, and we can have the town vote that number so that we can actually pay them when we get the contract in place, which will be the next step in that process. Article 7 is community preservation funds for Pond Street Recreational Complex for some engineering design and review of ADA access so that we can have better access to that facility, and also pickleball courts. The CPA, Community Preservation, CPC, Community Preservation Committee has approved that, and it's just going to be moved through to, again, on Wednesday night to the advisory committee. Article 8, again, community preservation funds, and that's in the amount of $44,750 for engineering design for ADA access within the Freeman Kennedy school fields to make those more accessible. Article 9 is for $54,000 to rebuild the railroad track baseball field at Freeman Kennedy School fields.
I believe, I'm just triggered by that because I believe we got a partial payment and maybe it's one of those earmarks that we got and then we ungot to pay for some of the lighting in that project. So we should follow up with Senator Roush.
Yeah, I don't know what the status is of that. We'll certainly probably have that discussion Wednesday evening at the advisory board. I would assume that Ann Proto will be there and she can address these items.
Thank you.
Article 10 is from the Historical Commission. They want to change the bylaw and increase the number of days, or the number of months, actually, from 6 months to 12 months for application for demolition to a historical building. They'll be addressing that at the meeting. Article 11 is for the Select Board to acquire, purchase, gift, or entitlement domain fee simple. This is for I believe this is for the street.
The MacArthur
The
Ave.
street acceptance from MacArthur Ave that you referred back to the planning board this evening for them to hold a hearing. So that would be for the town to accept that, to allow the board to receive it. It's a friendly taking. Everybody's in agreement that we need to do that just to make things a little bit easier and more accessible there. Article 12 is a planning board matter for open space revolving fund. And I would let them speak to that, but they want to be able to set an expenditure limit of $40,000 and be able to take funds in and expend them there for open space. Article 13 is to amend the zoning bylaws. Again, it's a planning board article, and this has to do with swimming pools, mobile homes, whatever. It has to do with mobile homes or recreational vehicles to allow, at present, apparently our bylaws would not, if you had a fire at your home and you wanted to put a temporary structure there, apparently our bylaws would not allow that the way they're currently structured. So that's what this is for, to allow somebody to be able to put a temporary structure while they're renovating their home, or if they've got an issue where there was a fire. I've seen that in a number of places where people have lived in a in a mobile home while they wait for the insurance company to settle up and they can do the work they need to do in their homes. Article 14, again, is a bylaw change. This is affordable housing development. This is to, I don't know, it's just striking some language in here. The number of affordable housing units, we want to roll that back to less than 10%, I guess. But again, I'll let the planning board address all of that. And then Article 15 is a citizen's petition to expand the number of members of the select board from 3 to 5. And again, I'll let the proponent speak to that. So that's the warrant. It's 15 articles. Some of them are pretty straightforward, some of them are a little bit more involved, but certainly the planning board will be addressing their items, and then the historical commission on theirs, and then the CPC for those articles as well.
The only discussion I have is in the Article 1. I wonder, and it's more of a curiosity than an expectation, but I'm wondering if it would benefit us to have King Philip to come and give an update on their building project, since that will be impacting our budget. That's where
So I was actually going to propose that I meet with the superintendent, since I'm the school liaison.
Not King Philip, I meant Tri-County.
Oh,
I
Tri-County.
apologize, I meant Tri-County.
But I think it would be helpful to have all 3 schools are actually have projects that are either they've submitted for state funding or they're in development. So I think it would be nice to have the superintendents come to one of our select board meetings and give an update on where they are, which I gave an update last meeting on the proposal submissions for Norfolk Public and King Philip, but I think it would be nice to have them in.
Yeah, I think it would be more appropriate here in this
Yeah.
setting than at town meeting.
At the town meeting,
Yeah.
okay.
That's all I have, Madam Chair.
Awesome. Any questions or discussion? No, it looks awesome. Thank you very much. And that was just a discussion item. It didn't require a vote.
Nope, at your next meeting, we'll be
Next meeting,
voting
we'll
the
make
warrant.
it real. And then we're to general updates.
So, Madam Chair, I want to announce that Seekonk Street, if all holds well and the weather holds up, the last item that needs to be put on Seekonk Street are guardrails. And as soon as the guardrails are up, we'll be comfortable opening the street. If all
That's
goes well, that could
very
actually
good
happen
news.
this week. So we're keeping
Wow.
our fingers crossed that either this week or first part of next week. But there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's a tunnel. So I'm happy with that, and there's actually light at the end of that tunnel.
Awesome. That's exciting news, and thank you to our DPW. That was a huge project, and I know the people will be excited to have that road back open again.
So I don't really have much else, Madam Chair, this evening.
Excellent. Any updates?
Any update, Mike, on the communications task force subcommittee, whatever we're calling it?
Yeah, unfortunately, I've been
Yeah.
derailed with other things. After I got over my down and out, I needed to actually prepare for last Thursday
Yeah.
evening's first Citizens Academy, which I'll let the chair fill you in on how that went. And this week I've been focusing on town meetings, so trying to use my time as best I can. I'll try to get something out this week, maybe Wednesday afternoon, to actually start soliciting folks to join us and join my little advisory
Awesome.
committee.
So for the copious number of people out there, we're excited to have this communication committee, and we would love our community to be widely represented. Anything else? Any updates?
Nope.
I have updates.
Brief updates, right?
Very brief. I'll keep
Okay.
them very brief. So first of all, on Thursday, we had our first Norfolk Citizens Academy, and that is a course that we're offering for a select group of citizens. Every Thursday, we've been meeting to meet with the different departments and learn about how Norfolk works and what do your tax dollars give you, and what does your town actually do for you. And so we had the first one. Mike graciously led us with kind of a broad overview of town government and how does our government work, and our attendees were excited, and a lot of really positive feedback from folks, and I was just so pleased that they have dedicated their time for this, and we're going to be meeting this week at the fire station for our next class. Soon, in the next week or so, you should look at the website, because we'll be posting the video of that event and any handouts that came out with that event, and so it'll be available to everybody who wasn't able to be in the academy, but it will be available online for folks. So we'll keep you posted as that goes, but our first session was I was just a really interesting group of people from across Norfolk, from a student all the way to people from our, what are we supposed to say? From the older part of my part of the generation, the older part of our population. So it's very interesting, lovely group of people, and I'm excited to continue this learning together. And then I also wanted to say on Saturday we had our fire station. The fire station had its official ribbon cutting and uncoupling ceremony. It was really quite a joyous event, and I just wanted to take a minute to recognize our committee that did so much work. I can't even tell you the hours and hours and hours and hours of work that allowed this building to be built and come in to be a state-of-the-art building that came in under budget. And so thank you to Christopher Baker, Kevin Champagne, Aaron Hunt, Justin Yanisic, Aaron Kinney as our chief, and Michael Gallagher. And I also want to commend Todd Lindmark, who went to I can't even imagine how many meetings, and Tom also played a huge role in the, Chief Kinney spoke elegantly about both of them and the role that they played in the development and construction of that building. So thank you to them. And more behind the scenes, but our previous town administrator, Blythe Robinson, really did a ton of work to launch that project, and Justin Casanova Davis also did a lot of work. So I want to recognize those people there, and it was really quite a fun. They had a large group of people rolling all throughout the day, coming in to see their new building, our new building. So it's very exciting. And the final thing I wanted to say is, on my way home from that event on Saturday, I passed a woman on the sidewalk, and she didn't tell me her name. You're the one who has children in Seattle, and I just want to thank you for your kind words. This can be a thankless position, and I'm super grateful for your kind words. They lifted me up. Thank you very much. And now I would accept a motion to.
Hold on. I just want to also add that I attended the swearing in of our new police chief, Chief Barrett, I think it was last week, and there was a ceremony for our outgoing chief, Hines, and that was very nice and well attended, and I know Mike was there as well. I took my little one to see it. He was super excited to see all our police officers out there and our fire department folks. So that was great. And I did not make it to the opening of the fire station because I was traveling for work, but my sons went and they said they had an amazing time. And I know it was well attended. So lots of great stuff happening in town.
Excellent.
Okay, quick question. Any update on when the applications for the town administrator job will close and how that's progressing?
Madam Chair, through you, the application time has expired. The screening committee will be meeting Wednesday evening. They're having their first meeting at 7 o'clock Wednesday evening here at Town Hall, and they'll be organizing and selecting a chair, vice chair, secretary, and then also speaking with the folks from MRI as far as how the process will unfold.
Okay.
So that process is underway.
Very exciting.
Thank you for the update.
Very welcome.
And I would accept a motion to approve the warrants as listed in the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And the minutes.
I would like to make a motion to approve the meeting minutes for September 15th, 2025.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And I would accept a motion to adjourn.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Thank you. Thank you, Todd, for being here.